Banish!
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences, yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. But when Grandfather revealed the whole truth of the calamity to us, I finally understood. And I resolved there and then to continue his legacy in my own way. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you.
See, sorry I'm interrupting this, but see, Urianger.
Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
I killed a dragon. I travelled far and wide with two companions, a Stian and a Zell, who were very... Under some rather unique circumstances, I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Emric, when Alphanor and I came at last to the Dravinian hinterlands. I travelled far and wide with two companions.
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
Well, there's Uldar. Are we gonna get a reveal?
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say! It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Not quite Alfinor, more Urianger, who was also an Arcanist, to be fair.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
What ho, Alex! I trust you had a good night's rest. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola via Linkpearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. It would seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation, Sir Emmerich believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found. But we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with Asgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we arrange another. Wait, where is Alice? She was here but a moment ago with Gabu. Would you be so kind as to look for my sister? She's doubtless somewhere in the camp, but, well, I'm sure you'll find her. Right, so she's in the camp somewhere within a rather tiny orb of possibility, and I cannot find her. Oh, she was there. Let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Blurden, something tells me you are not solely here out of concern for his welfare. And then the weather turns dark. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak nor eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with the same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance, until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm sorry, Gabu, I truly am. You should never have been made to... And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them. And never ever forget. Come along, little one.
I will remember them. And you, Elise. Thank you.
Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. All those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. Thousand times over, aye! There will be a reckoning. Oh, fair enough. Guess where we've got to go? Good old Horizon, again. What if Bernie will be there, again. Do 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 da 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 do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. This is a long walk there and back, although I teleport back, but I have to walk to get there. Ooh, there's a fate. Is it him? It probably is. Yay! Bubbly Bernie is always there. Bubble trouble! Do 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 ba da 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 do 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 ba da. So this has me intrigued as to which direction this is going to go with Urianger. I suppose he always wears that mask, so the only part of him that we saw, basically his eyes, we wouldn't recognise. Recognise? Recognise the eyes? Do, do, do. Come on. There it is. Straight into a cutscene again. Ah, and the bit that we do recognise he had covered up. We have heard the glad tidings of Olgamoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa Laminza may rest easy. I should think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Cracks from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling Alexander to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavily on my lady's mind. As thou did request, I sought out the Geirun oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture. One of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every humble calamity. 7 times have they succeeded, then of 10 and 13, only 6 worlds remain. Aye. All is as my lady Minfilia spoke unto thee. Wait, so each calamity, one of the alternate worlds, there was our world which managed to survive, and I'm guessing the 6 other worlds also, but the other worlds were the ones that it did not bring about a good response afterwards, and just ended the world. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then the warriors of... If the Warriors of Darkness succeed, everyone in the world will die? In essence, aye. The verse spoketh of the reunification of the flesh and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light, in the manner the Warriors of Darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul, which returneth unto the source, may be born anew, saved. Such, at least, is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on the subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegan parties. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And if thou wonders to their motive, I would remind you that the Asians did once attempt to bring the summoning of Raglar, or Ralga. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that the Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Aline Royal's network of spies. Surely you jest. And yet... Wait, that's not how you pronounce her name. It's Waya. I remember that one. That one made no sense to me. When they finally said her name, it wasn't Royal or whatever, it was Waya. It is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Asians, assuming they even know or care who their conspirators are. All of which is irrelevant, forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group, which received the crystals without delay. Alex, Elise, will you come with me to Little Alamigo? Yep. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Apologies, I was just getting a quick drink. Oh, the screen went black. Alfino, Alice, Alex, are you three listening? Good, I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation they were in the employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too. What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Alamigo, we were told. Or we are told. Where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Amric's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we. By happy coincidence, we learned of the shipment but a few moments ago. Huh, and there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. Ah, wait a moment, there is more. And I defy you to not be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of Aline Wire, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Justola next, but is there something else you would have... someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. He may have tipped his hand a little too much.